This video is about how to write a chemical equation. A chemical equation tells us the reactants and products involved in the reaction. It also tells us the relative number of atoms in reactants and in products in the reaction. Now, let's take the reaction between aluminium and steam as an example to see how to write the related chemical equation. First, find out what the reactants and products are. Then, write the word equation for the reaction. When aluminium reacts with steam, aluminium oxide and hydrogen form. In this reaction, aluminium and steam are the reactants, aluminium oxide and hydrogen are the products. Now, let's start to write the chemical equation for the reaction. First, write the chemical formula of the reactants and products. The chemical formula of aluminium is Al. The chemical formula of steam is H2O. The chemical formula of aluminium oxide is Al2O3, and the chemical formula of hydrogen is H2. However, this is not a correct chemical equation. What is wrong with this chemical equation? As you know, the atoms of the products actually come from those of the reactants. Therefore, the types and the numbers of atoms must be the same on both sides of the equation. Let's look at the equation again. On the reactant side, there are one aluminium atom, two hydrogen atoms, and one oxygen atom. On the product side, there are two aluminium atoms, two hydrogen atoms, and three oxygen atoms. Although the types of atoms are the same on both sides of the equation, the numbers of aluminium atoms and oxygen atoms are not the same. Therefore, this is not a correct chemical equation. To correct this equation, we have to balance the numbers of atoms on both sides of the equation. That means the number of atoms on the reactant side is equal to that on the product side. How can we do it? Just put the numbers called stoichiometric coefficients in front of the formulae of reactants and products. In this equation, if you put stoichiometric coefficient 3 in front of H2O, the number of hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms on the reactant side will be changed. Now on the reactant side there are 6 hydrogen atoms and 3 oxygen atoms. To balance the number of hydrogen atoms, put stoichiometric coefficient 3 in front of H2. Then there are also 6 hydrogen atoms on the product side. At the end, put stoichiometric coefficient 2 in front of Al. Then there are 2 aluminium atoms on the reactant side. Now there are 2 aluminium atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms, and 3 oxygen atoms on both sides of the equation. The numbers of atoms on both sides of the equation are all balanced. Finally, write the state symbol after each formula to give the balanced chemical equation. In this example, aluminium is a solid, reacts with steam under room temperature. Use state symbol S to represent the solid state of aluminium. Steam is a gas. Use state symbol G to represent its gaseous state. The product, aluminium oxide, is a solid. Use state symbol S to represent its solid state. Hydrogen is a gas. Use state symbol G to represent its gaseous state. This is the balanced chemical equation for the reaction between aluminium and steam.